Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 319, Rumble in Anaheim. I'm Nick, coming from Boston today. Made the trip up here, made it on the show, so I'm here. How are you doing tonight, Harrison?
Fantastic, Nick. How are you?
Not too bad. Nice quick flight right up to the old stomping grounds up here. And of course, the Red Sox are out of town, so yeah, naturally
Pro-
that's what
pro-
happens. But
Probably a good thing. Not much to see there right now.
well, that's true. And we will get to the Red Sox in a little bit and the surprising Colorado Rockies. We will touch base with both of those teams here in a minute. But first, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Logitech, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials in our link tree. So if you do any shopping with these companies, please use our links as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the show. We also have Rounding Third merch. So if you go on Etsy, search Rounding Third Baseball, you'll find sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers, phone cases, whole bunch of stuff on there. Just another great way to support us and to get our name out there. And finally, on Patreon, this is a great way for our followers to support us creators. We're still getting a little bit of issue with certain platforms, so this is a great way to support your favorite baseball show. This one right here. This one. Support this one. And thank you to everybody who already does. And we are looking to really beef up Patreon and put some exclusive stuff over there. So check us out on Patreon. All right, let's get into really the only big news thing this week. Jorge Soler and Reynaldo Lopez just start throwing haymakers. Sean Wells steals second base. The camera's on second base. And then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose behind the camera. No one's seeing it. It flips. And Soler is just throwing haymakers towards Reynaldo. They're going back and forth. They both get 7-game suspensions. Is that steep or is that just me?
No, my reaction was the same. I mean, that was an aggressive fight. I mean, Lopez at one point, I think, actually punched Soler while holding the baseball in his hand. Soler's throwing haymakers. Lopez is throwing haymakers. Walt Weiss is just completely cleaning people out. And that was a wild fight. I mean, 7 games seems a little steep. Pitchers always get 5 because they have to miss a start.
Okay, so this is Chad just said Lopez got reduced to 5 games, so essentially misses a start. He says no suspension, but yeah, he'll miss a start, and then Soler misses 7, Lopez misses 1 start.
Got it. Okay.
So okay.
Yeah, because I know they were both appealing and waiting to find out the answer. So I mean, pitchers have to miss 5 because they at least have to get a start pushback. So that makes sense to me. But position players, I mean, 7 games is a lot. Typically you see between 3 and 4, maybe 2 at the low end. But usually you expect 3 or 4 games, 5 at the most for a really kind of egregious fight. 7's a lot. I mean, I think the league is sending a message that, I think it's more so the way this fight started, the way it kind of boiled over, with those guys kind of just jawing at each other, and then I think it was also just the aggressiveness of the fight. MLB is just making a statement to say, look, it's April, we're not gonna do this anymore this season.
Yeah, and it was Soler who initiated it, let's be honest. So that's why his is steeper, right?
Yeah.
He starts barking at Lopez, and then that's when Lopez took 2 steps and was like, all right, buddy, if we're gonna do this, do this. He gives him the fingers. He's like, come on, let's go.
The Joe Kelly.
Yeah. So I mean, I get why Soler's is a higher suspension. It makes sense to me. But usually it's 4 or 5 games for a charged amount. But I think you hit it right on the head, Harrison. I think it's too early in the season for them to be like, we should not be heated. It's game 11.
Yeah, it's a little early for an aggressive fight like that. And I mean, I get the situation. I get there's some history there, but the way that went from nothing to just completely exploding was weird. The dynamic to that fight was weird. And then just the aggressiveness of it. We've seen Bryce Harper charge man, try to whip his helmet at somebody. You don't see a lot of super aggressive fights in baseball.
Yeah.
This was definitely one of them. Like those guys were out to hurt one another. It was not
Yeah.
pushing and shoving. This was like just throwing punches.
Yeah. And Dennis, like, I get this, but I mean, I didn't think the ball was over his head. It was like middle of the plate, wasn't it? It wasn't directly over Solaire's head. Wasn't it middle of the plate and just way up?
I mean,
I didn't.
it was up and in. I mean, it was definitely if it wasn't a statement pitch, then it was an oops. But Lopez didn't play it that way. He almost kind of like glared in at Soler, like, "Hey, did you see that? Like, I can do it again." And then just the stare down, and I believe there's some history with these guys, which is why it kind of took off like it did. But
Yeah.
um, it's it was a situation that went from what seemed like not much to pretty epic pretty fast.
And epic because of this guy, Walt Weiss, with the tackle from behind to take Soler to the ground, because he looked like he was on a rampage. I thought that was absolutely incredible, to see the manager of all people go in and take the guy down. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
and I mean, I loved Weiss's approach of basically like he's going to go hurt somebody, so I had to stop him.
yeah,
But like that is a guy who that's a manager that played the game, that saw the situation, read it for what it was, knows the players because he knows Soler, and just like knew exactly where that was going.
yeah.
But that was a hell of a tackle by Walt Weiss because if Walt Weiss doesn't slow him down, I don't know what happens.
No, yeah. They, man, they were in it. I loved it. And
That
this
was
is it.
epic.
This is so Michael's got it. Bottom of the first was a Soler homer. Bottom of the third, hit by pitch. Bottom of the fifth, ball over his head. So yeah,
Yeah,
it was bubbling up.
yeah.
Dennis, I need to buy some Walt Weiss cards. Yep, might be expensive right now. Might want to wait a couple weeks. Um, but yeah, man, I know it gets the fans riled up because it's something you just don't see on the baseball field every day. But what is your thoughts on baseball brawls? Do you like them? Do you, I mean, I put in quotes like them. Like, I know it's part of the game sometimes, but is it exciting for the fans to see like a fight in hockey?
I mean, I feel like a fight in hockey is different because the referees like let them go for a minute, like it's a real fight. Where baseball it's just like 26 guys on each side pushing and shoving. You get the guys from the bullpen that come running in. They usually get there when the whole thing's over. You get the umpires attempting to restore order. Um, Baseball fights are dumb. Um, I certainly can appreciate there is a time when sometimes it has to be more than just yelling at each other. But I think in general they're dumb. It's a great way for somebody to get hurt in the pile. Like we've seen guys come out of those piles before, that weren't even really part of the fight. They've been stomped on and fallen on, and
Yeah.
they come out uniforms ripped and they're banged and bruised for no reason. And the last thing you want is one of your star players, one of your best pitchers, to you know get a shoulder tweaked or break his hand trying to punch some guy in the helmet. Like it's dumb. I think baseball fights are dumb. They serve no purpose. I get that there's times that things boil over, but I think the league should be more aggressive in punishing these guys because it doesn't do anything for the game, and I don't even think fans enjoy it because it's not really a fight. It's just like a pig pile, and then they
Yeah,
peel them apart.
that's true. I'm just glad that CB Buckner wasn't one of the umpires because he probably would have missed the whole thing and the brawl would have gone on for another 10 minutes.
Well, actually, if anything else, you might have seen a hand go and like pull him into the pile. Um, Hand might have come out, and they would have pulled him into the pile.
Yeah.
Then we could have watched ABS to see if he missed any calls.
Yeah. The scrawniest brave from the 90s team became Sergeant Kickass. Go figure. I love that comment, Curtis. That's awesome.
Yeah, Walt Weiss
Um,
is not a big dude.
no, absolutely crazy. Yeah, Ripken almost lost his streak because of rolling his ankle in a brawl. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then Traxel told us about the All Star game
yeah,
where, uh,
breaking his nose at the All Star game.
yeah, taking a picture. Go figure. We need an Odor versus Soler fight.
I mean,
um,
Soler, that is a big dude.
yeah,
That is a big, strong man.
yeah. I mean, listen, dude. These guys might look small on TV until you see them in person, and
Yeah.
these guys are built like brick shit houses, man. They are unreal.
Well, I remember the game we went to at Camden Yards when the Pirates were playing the Orioles, and Oviedo's heading out to the bullpen, and we all go, "Who the hell is that guy?"
Yeah.
He was massive, and
Hmm.
this dude's the fifth starter, and he's like 6'5".
Yeah.
It's
And
just
then
massive human being.
seeing Bautista come in from the
Oh,
bullpen and stand on the mound, you're like, no, no, thank you.
you were like,
No,
I
no,
drove
thanks.
that car to the ballpark. Why is it standing on the mound?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's absolutely great. I I like an occasional brawl. I do. Like you can see the tension building, and I like that aspect of baseball. I don't know why. I just do. I enjoy that these guys are competitive and they're not robots. Right. I think maybe that's why I like it because like, hey, they are playing with emotion. These aren't guys just going through the motions 162 times a year. Right. Because sometimes in the dog days of summer, it just seems like they're rolling the baseball out there. They're playing the game. They're going home. Right. It gets like that sometimes. So to see like some emotion and some fight, um, I like. So that's just my
Yeah.
take on it. But I get
Yeah.
sometimes they are absolutely stupid and dumb. I get it.
I think there's a place where sometimes they are necessary, but I think otherwise, 9 times out of 10, it's a bunch of guys just standing around pushing and shoving to try to make a point, and it doesn't do anything but put a bunch of guys at risk.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Nick loves the good Veritek shoving a glove in
Yeah.
A-Rod's face. I mean, yeah, but that's Veritek standing up for his guys, right?
Yep.
He's not gonna let A-Rod sit there and bark at his pitcher. Like that's
No.
just Veritek. And you ask
And
Veritek, he says he's not proud of that moment.
no, he's not proud of that moment. He understood the situation and what he should have done, but obviously let it get to him. But at the same time, like that was the Red Sox effectively once again trying to punch the Yankees in the mouth because they weren't going to take their crap anymore. And
Right.
that a lot there was that whole run where the Red Sox kind of won the World Series and finally broke the curse, and then they just said, "We're not taking your crap anymore, New York." And there's a number of years where they just kind of like bullied the Yankees, and it was great to be on the other side of it for once.
Yeah, the Reds reliever took out the entire dugout, and then there was the Orioles and Yankees one that was crazy too. That was
Armando
oh,
Benitez and Tino
thank
Martinez,
you. Yes, and that went
they like
right into the
spilled into the
Yankees
dugout.
dugout. Yeah, that
That
one
was
was
nuts.
crazy.
You had guys falling down the stairs trying to get in there.
Yeah. I mean, Chad, this is also fair too, right? The Pedro and
Oh
Zimmer
yeah,
kind of took away from the actual game, but you know, Don Zimmer said after the game, he's like, I am embarrassed for myself. He's like, I went after Pedro. So like he owned his mistake. And like, what's Pedro gonna do? Like, I get Don Zimmer's an 85-year-old man coming at you. What are you really gonna do? But like someone's charging after you. What are you gonna do? Probably gonna sidestep him and throw him to the ground, just like Pedro did. I mean, it's instincts. So
yeah,
yeah, but it does take away from the game. You're right, Chad. Um,
yeah. I think
but
there are definitely times when it does take away from the game. That was a sad moment for baseball and a complete lapse of judgment by Zimmer. I don't blame Pedro for reacting the way he did. I mean, Pedro could have done much worse to him than just kind of like toss him to the ground. He steered him towards where he was going, anyways.
right.
It wasn't so much a throw as it was kind of like guiding him down. But that was not a good moment for baseball, and that was a complete lapse of judgment on Zimmer's part. That was Pedro kind of too deep into the moment to see it for what it was, and like that's a situation where like it went way too far the wrong direction.
Yeah, and Curtis, I'm not trying to like put Zimmer down. Anyways, like it was a not a bright moment for baseball, and Pedro could have
Uh,
handled it differently for sure. I think, but it does take both parties, right? I mean, as an 85-year-old man, listen, I'm 40 and I can't even move. I ain't charging after nobody. At 85, he's out there charging at somebody. I mean, I don't want to say he's asking for it, but he's asking for it. Right? I mean, if you're going to involve yourself in a bench clearer like that, you have to expect something's going to happen. I don't know. It's mixed feelings on that particular one, but I get both sides of it.
yeah, there's also been some fights that have been epic and needed because they were, either settled an issue or kind of helped the team turn momentum. Or I mean, there's certainly situations where I can look at fights and go like, yeah, that was actually probably good for that team to start that. But I think when you look at it on the balance, maybe 10% of fights have any real like impact, and the other 90% are just a bunch of guys pushing and shoving that doesn't really accomplish anything.
Yeah.
I'm a
Um,
man. I'm 40.
yeah.
That's that's such a great Such a great press conference.
I put on the page today who did it better, Walt Weiss or Kyle Farnsworth, because that Kyle Farnsworth form tackle was absolutely incredible. And then I put honorable mention the Mo Vaughn hit coming out of the camera out of nowhere.
Oh, George Bell, yeah.
Yeah, he just absolutely just shoulder checks
Smoked
him.
him.
But
Honestly, like Kyle Farnsworth, big dude. Mo Vaughn, big dude. Walt Weiss, little dude. Cleaned out a big dude. I'm giving it to Walt Weiss all day.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I mean, just a little humor in our baseball week. So loved it. But all right, we're going to switch gears a little bit. And I saw this as, being a fellow Mainer and watching this come across my screen. The New Hampshire Fisher Cats scored 10 runs on one hit in a single inning. It was walk, walk, wild pitch, walk, wild pitch, wild pitch. It was brutal. The Sea Dogs went through 3 pitchers in that inning, and they only gave up one hit, but they gave up 10 runs. It's never happened in the history of baseball that 10 runs have been scored on one hit.
And what's scarier is that New Hampshire scored the first 8 before they even got the one hit.
Yeah.
I mean,
It just
terrible.
Wild inning. Again, like you never know what you're going to see at a baseball game. And it was just put another quarter in the merry-go-round. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. So the sequence was walk, walk, wild pitch, strikeout, sac fly, walk, 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 hit batter, wild pitch, walk, hit batter, wild pitch, walk, walk, wild pitch, single, K. That was the sequence of the inning.
Yeah. Wild. I can't even imagine being a fielder in that inning. What are you doing? You did nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, so it was eight walks, 2 hit batters, 4 wild pitches, a sac fly, and a single, and 14 guys came to the plate.
Jesus, brutal. But I thought that was crazy. Yeah, it's against my team, the Sea Dogs, but holy crap, never seen that before. Giving me PTSD when I umpired Little League when I was in high school. Yeah, there's some wild Little League games out there for sure. But yeah, Chad, stats don't seem real, but make baseball great, 1,000%.
Well, and then the funny thing is the Sea Dogs scored 2 runs in the bottom of the first, because this happened at the top of the second. The Sea Dogs scored 2 in the bottom of the first on no hits.
Yeah.
So like in this game, you came out of you went in the bottom of the second. It was a 10-2 game with 1 combined hit.
That's wild, man.
12 runs on 1 hit.
1 hit. Double A baseball.
Teams.
Double A at its final. Who was the pitcher? Dinosaur Arm Jones. There was 3 of them, Curtis. 3 of them did that. 3 of them contributed to that inning. It was wild.
Yeah, it was bad. The starter was Hayden Mullins, who's the Red Sox number 16 prospect.
Not no Mo.
Stuck out the side in the first, then just imploded. And then Jorge Juan came in from the bullpen. They just he was a sacrificial lamb. They just left him out there to get beaten up.
bowling for dollars. Bowling for dollars. That's awesome. Yeah.
There was the starter, Hayden Mullins, is a legit top 20 Red Sox prospect who just imploded.
Yeah, right. Andy, imagine showing up late and seeing this on the scoreboard, trying to process what happened. Yeah, you go down to the bathroom, grab a hot dog, come up to your seat, and it's 12 runs on the board with 1 hit, and you're just like, huh? What?
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah, man, crazy. But yeah, I just thought that would be a fun one to kind of throw in here and talk about, because we've seen some bad innings in our lives watching baseball, but that one probably takes the cake.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. And the beauty of it is it was a 35-degree day. They had to shovel the edges of the field to get the snow off, because we got a random inch of snow the day before.
Yeah.
So good Maine baseball. They're shoveling snow before the game. It's 35 degrees. They're freezing. And you have a game where there are no hits and a bunch of runs because it hurts too much to hit the ball. That's just good old Maine early season baseball.
Yeah. I've had my fair share of those for sure.
Oh yeah. I remember games we'd win them, 10-2, 12-2, and there was like 6 hits because it was errors and walks, and it
Yeah.
hurt so much to hit the ball sometimes in those early April games. Oh my lord.
Yeah. Pitcher can't even feel his hand trying to throw the ball. It's
Yeah,
brutal.
you can't stay warm as a pitcher. Everything hurts off the bat. It's just not
Yeah.
fun in early April.
Nope. All right, news drop today. Monet Davis is signing with the Indianapolis Clowns. So the Clowns are loading up here. It was all over the Clowns Instagram feeds and stuff like that. My question with this, Harrison, is with the new professional baseball women's league coming up and them losing their arguably top two stars, what does this do for that league? Or is that league going to not interfere with the Banana Ball League? I don't know if the schedules cross over or not, but Kelsey Whitmore is now in Banana Ball League, and now Monet Davis is. So is that going to take away from the women's professional league that they're starting this year?
Well, that was my first thought is, wait a second, they made a huge deal about her joining the women's professional league, and now she's, she's moved on to Banana Ball. I've not seen if she intends to play in both. I don't think she can play in both. Um, so I'm not sure how that's going to work because she was Monet Davis is what, picked 10th overall to this women's league.
Yeah,
You know,
something like
she's
that, I think.
she's some of the star power of that league, and now she's not going to be there, I believe. So I think that's a huge blow to this women's baseball league. But I think it also shows the draw of Banana Ball. I
Yeah.
think that these women who are higher performing athletes are looking at the fact that these guys are making pretty good money playing the same game. It looks like fun, and she can carve out a kind of a niche for herself as one of the few females doing it. You know, why not? Why not
Yeah.
go play there and have fun? Like we're watching David Griffin, have a blast and play really well. He looks like he's having fun playing baseball again for the first time in a long time. Jackie Bradley Jr.'s out there having a blast. Like these
Yeah.
guys are just out there having fun.
Yeah.
It looks like fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of jealous of it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, even in college, baseball almost started to not be fun for me. It started to become a job. And I was just at a D3 level. I wasn't even at one of these top division schools, right? Like, and it was practice for 4 hours, it was class for 8, and then, it was the gym for 2. And it was go to bed and do it again the next day.
Yeah,
And
rinse
it
and repeat.
was, yeah. And those are 13-hour days. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot of time.
I
Um,
I remember when I stopped playing, I went and sat down with coach and I said, "Coach, I had one rule," and I said that the minute baseball stopped being fun, I wouldn't play anymore. It's not fun anymore.
yeah,
Like I'm not having fun anymore. It is now a grind. It is a job.
yeah,
Um,
it was.
and that's why I didn't pursue bigger colleges and things like that because I was like, I'm not going pro, and I want to have some fun, and this just wasn't fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was crazy. It was a lot more than I thought it was going to be as well. But
Yes. Yeah, and
yeah,
I have a lot of friends, and you do too, that went on to play D1 ball and play in the minor leagues, and we even heard it from David Griffin. Like, it wasn't fun anymore. Like, it is
yeah,
such a grind,
hmm
and it's not. We're like, oh my god, they're playing a game. It might look like that, but it's not a game anymore. Like when you get into like higher level college, into the minor leagues, into the major leagues, you know, God love Anthony Rendon. He said it best. This is a job.
yeah,
Like that's what I have. I have a job, and there's
yep.
days I don't like it.
But even listening to Mark talk about it on Sunday, he didn't come out and say that, but he's like, "Hey, it was eye opening when I got to Arizona for spring training after being drafted in the first round. Like, it was baseball 24/7. Like, that's all I could think about. I didn't have time for anything else. I had 3 or 4 mental hours in the morning, and that was it. It was time to lock in. Um, but yeah. And yeah, and Andy says, Harrison, my friend's son just left college team for the exact same reason. It's a lot. It takes a special mindset, 1,000%, John. It does. And
Yeah,
that's why these guys are elite, and women
that's
are elite.
it's an incredibly difficult decision to make because, like, I mean, not to over dramatize it, but like it was it was like something. It was like losing a friend or somebody died. Like that's how it felt because like all of a sudden it's like I don't have baseball anymore. I've played baseball 4 seasons a year for for since I was like 8. mean, I was
Right.
playing fall ball, summer ball, fall ball, winter ball, spring ball. I was traveling the country playing baseball. Like it's all I knew.
Yeah.
And then when I finally made the decision to not play anymore, it was like, oh my God, what do I do with myself? Like this is all I've done for so long. Like, what am I
Yep.
going to do when I'm not on a bus or in a car driving 8 hours to a tournament to play 5 games this weekend? Like that's all I knew.
Yeah.
And it
That's
was an incredibly tough decision to make, and it was like suffering a huge loss. But after you
yeah.
get over that, you realize like it also takes this amazing like pressure and stress off of you because now you can just go be a student or just go do your thing. There's so many things, and you know it, Nick. There's so many things I gave up as a teenager because I was at a baseball tournament or I was in Florida for this or Tennessee for that or I missed birthday parties and I missed
Oh yeah.
everything. And
Yep.
I wouldn't take it back, but like it's a huge commitment and I was not at the level these guys were at.
Yeah. Yeah. And Curtis, this is it. When you are no longer entertained by something you love, it's over.
Yep.
1000%. Um, Aaron, I played infield. I was third base, second base, first base. I was utility kind of infielder in college. I was a pitcher for one half inning, and that quickly ended. So it became just a defensive specialist, and I hit around career like 300 in college. So
Yep.
I was all right, but those are the positions I played.
Yeah. I worked the middle line of the infield. So I was a third baseman and then I would pitch and then the rest of my arm I'd play first and I'd go back to third and repeat the cycle.
Yeah.
Um, I stopped pitching in college because I did not want to pitch anymore. I didn't really want to pitch ever. But the hard part is like there's only so many kids that can throw hard. And so by default you end up as a pitcher.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was a catcher growing up until I had the best arm on the team, and they're like, what are we doing putting you behind the plate? Like you need to be on the mound." And that's where that kind of went for me. But
Yep. I was
yeah,
solely a pitcher, not because I had any mechanics or desire. It's just because I had a good arm, and
yeah,
I could throw past people. That's really all. But
yeah,
I did not like pitching.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, back to Monet Davis real quick. It's going to be interesting. I'm wondering if the schedules don't line up. Maybe they don't conflict. That would be my guess. Maybe the women's league is a little bit later on in the summer, which I think it is. I think it starts in like July or August. So it might not conflict with Banana Ball too much because it's only a 60 game schedule for the Banana Ball League, I think is what David said.
Yeah,
So
and
it might not conflict.
I've not seen anywhere where it says like if she's going to play both or not. Um, I've not seen anywhere where like it actually said if she was going to, but I think you're right. I think there's probably minimal overlap, and maybe she could do both. But I
Yeah.
mean, if there is a conflict, which one is she going to pick? I mean, that's going to be a tough one for her.
The one that's paying 100 G's is the one she's going to pay.
I mean, that's in my mind, yes, that's what you would pick. But
yeah.
and the other part of it too, like, is if the star power gets pulled away from this women's professional league, how long does it last?
That's my worry. That was my question with this whole thing that came out. I was like, Whitmore's gone. She was the number one overall pick. Monet Davis, the other big name in this draft, possibly gone. So what happens? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I guess we'll see. And I am working on a guest that I actually played college ball with that had one of his former softball players join that league, get drafted in the women's professional league. So we might be getting some insight on that later on here if we can get that guest on here. So that would be kind of cool.
Cool.
So still working that angle. So
yeah, so I can't wait to see her pitch in Banana Ball. I think people are gonna love that. It's also going to
yes.
draw in a lot of the young girls who want to come and check
Mhm.
it out. Again, Jesse Cole just continues to punch MLB in the face, and continues to make Banana Ball more and more attractive to the fans. And we said it a million times, but if with MLB walking into a lockout, Banana Ball is sitting pretty to come in and just steal a boatload of fans.
Yeah, clean house for sure.
Jesse Cole's a genius, and he's going to make it hurt for MLB.
Yeah, he is for sure. All right, let's get into back into the MLB here. So we have Boston, who's starting to turn the page a little bit here. So when I put this together, they were still losing games quite regularly and finding different ways to lose them. And the Colorado Rockies have 6 wins now, I believe. Might even be 7 at this point.
Yeah, they're 6-6, sitting at 500.
They're 6-6. They were in second place when I checked last night. They were in second place in the NL West. Um, and this time last year, they didn't win their fifth game until April 27th. So, what's more surprising to you, Harrison? The Rockies playing well? And I mean, they swept the Astros. So, that's not a joke of a team. They swept the Astros. And their bullpen right now has like a 1.87 ERA. They're lights out right now. They moved Senzatella to the bullpen, and he's locking up the back half of that for them. That bullpen looks good. Or is it the Red Sox not performing in any aspect of the game other than Garrett Crochet and Sonny Gray's last two starts?
Yeah, Sonny Gray's looked really good the last couple starts, so thank
Yeah.
goodness. But um, I mean, I would have to say the Rockies are more surprising to me. The Red Sox had a lot of questions coming into the season, and they've always been a really, I shouldn't say always. They usually get off to a tough start, then they end up having a really good April and a really good May, really good June, then they collapse in the second half. That's kind of the way it's usually been. Um, but the Red Sox, it's so many new players, it's so many new faces, it's so much transition. Um, I'm not surprised that it's a little bumpy out of the gate. I am surprised at how it's been. The defense has been atrocious. No surprise there. The offense has been really bad. That's the surprise. And the pitching's been good mostly. So I think that's what we expected. That offense has got to figure it out. But for me, it's the Rockies. I mean, they are pitching, they're hitting, they're running the bases, they're catching the ball. Like they're doing all the things they didn't do before, and it's really a lot of just the same players. It wasn't like they did some major roster overhaul.
They
This is
got
literally
some,
the same. It's mainly the same group. Um,
yeah,
that's just kind of putting it together. And you do have some young guys that have taken big steps forward.
yeah. I mean, you got Willie Castro in there, and they have another veteran in there that I'm blanking on right now. But just maybe getting some veterans into the club that knows how to be a professional is helping those young kids as well. So, I mean, yeah, Rocky's definitely more surprising. I'm with you, Michael. Andy thinks the Sox will turn it around. I'm with you too. I think the Sox are suffering from what I thought the Mets were going to suffer with, and that's finding a way to gel. And maybe
Yep.
the Red Sox just haven't found that stride yet, and they will. Um,
I will
but
say, I will say for the Red Sox, Contreras getting plunked by the Brewers for like the 92nd time in 15 games.
it's
Um,
crazy.
which what was it, 26 times and like less than 500 at bats, which is the most in history. Like that's
Yeah,
something doesn't jive when your brother's the catcher and you're getting hit all the time. But I think Contreras getting really pissed about that and making his statements, which seemed like they were going to be a big distraction, almost seemed to unify that team. And they came out and played really well against the Brewers the next couple of days and took the
they
last
did.
two,
Yeah.
and kind of stuffed it to them. It was almost like there was a little bit of a wake up there, like a rally around each other, because
Hmm.
that they looked so lost before that. Like they weren't communicating on the field. Balls were dropping in. You had guys like almost running into each other. There was something that wasn't working there at all. And it
Yeah.
almost seems like Contreras getting really mad and making his statement. The guys kind of rallied around him, and it was almost like a wake up. I'll be
Yeah.
curious what the Red Sox bring into this Cardinal series, if there's any momentum they carry with them. But it's like they needed a moment to wake up, and maybe that was it.
Yeah. That's a great point. Michael, the Sox being bad was always a possibility.
Yeah.
Someone in that division had to suck, and that's a very fair point.
But Toronto
Aaron,
too.
yeah, tough one. Yeah, they got swept by the White Sox. I mean, what is going on? Is hell freezing over? And I don't know about it. It's wild.
Well,
Um,
and the injuries are killing them.
yeah. Sox missing Raffy. I don't think they miss
No.
Raffy at all, Aaron. Not one bit,
Yeah.
honestly. And John, this is the other surprise. I almost put this one on is the Mariners, pitching staff with a 2.5 ERA. That's what you ask your ERA to do. And again, typical Mariners, their offense is nowhere to be found.
Atrocious.
So
It's
was
it's actually becoming frustrating to watch them.
yeah. So I'm going to ask you: was last year a fluke?
No, I don't think last year's a fluke. I do think like let's go right at Cal Raleigh for a minute. Like we knew Cal Raleigh was not going to hit 60 home runs again. Um,
Right.
that is not who Cal Raleigh is. He had an incredible season. It was awesome to watch. He'll never do that again. Um,
Yeah.
if you as the Mariners are going into this season banking on Cal Raleigh doing what you thought he did last year again, you're out of the gate. You were setting yourself up to be 50 runs behind last year. Um,
At least.
At least, I mean, with the production that he had and what he caused, pitching staff is still great. We said it in the offseason, like losing Suarez, yeah, he didn't perform, but like he was a bat. Polanco, that one, he may not have been a flashy big time guy, but he got a lot of hits in important situations for you, and he hit well with runners in scoring position, which this team can't do at all. But then you see the additions of like Brendan Donovan, who's been hitting well, but like John just mentioned, but Donovan's been awful in the field.
Yeah.
But at least like he's hitting some. You've had some young contributed, but you got seasons out of guys last year you're never going to see again. And Naylor in the second half, he's not going to repeat that.
Yeah.
It's just I think that this offense was bound to go back to what it had been before, which was mediocre, and that's what it is.
Yeah. And it might be a little too early to say that, Curtis. You're right. Maybe they just haven't found their timing. They haven't found their stride. But we'll
But it's
get
all of
into
them.
it.
It's everybody.
Yeah. Rockies beating up on the Jays and the Astros is crazy. But if the Rockies keep playing this type of baseball, Harrison and I are going to take a victory lap, because what did we say we needed the Rockies to do this year? Play chaos ball.
Play a little chaos ball.
And that's what they're doing, man. And I love it. And like I said before, having that bullpen throw up a 1.87 ERA so far, that will play.
Yeah.
That will play.
Yeah. And who saw Colorado? I mean, so Houston scored the most runs of anybody in baseball. Sorry, besides the Dodgers, but the Dodgers are like a whole other stratosphere. Houston scored the second most runs in baseball, and Colorado just stuffed it to them and scored a boatload of runs off what is a pretty good pitching staff. Now, I will say the Astros overall have pitched terribly, but that's a pitching staff that's better than they've performed at this point. But to walk out of there, to go beat up on the Jays and Astros as the Rockies, that's a huge confidence booster.
Yeah, 1,000%. I'm with you.
You weren't supposed to win any of those games.
Yeah, like zero.
Like none. Like none. You were supposed to go in there and get swept by both of them. Like
Yep.
you were just like an easy season sweep for these big dogs, and then you just absolutely stuffed it to them.
Yep.
And I do feel like that Rockies team, I'm not sure if it's maybe some of the new guys that came over, or maybe it's just the young guys that are finally like building some confidence, but they have kind of like a swagger to them where like they don't care. Like they don't seem bothered. They don't seem to care. They don't care they're not supposed to win. They're just going out there and playing.
Yeah. If they keep playing like that, I go to Denver to see my Uncle Michael and go to a Rockies game. Curtis, when you do that, let me know. And we have a Rockies connection out there that could probably meet us for a game. I've actually been talking to him again. So he's working some magic for Harrison and I. And I'm fingers crossed that it comes through, because it would be absolutely, it would send this podcast through the roof. And you guys would be pretty ecstatic if it ever worked out. But we'll see. But yeah, let me know.
But to that point in Denver, if that Rockies team continues to not suck, fans will come out.
Yes, they will.
That's a fan base that wants to be there. They just need to be given a reason to be there.
Yep, agree. And John, yes, with Hunter Brown out, that is a huge problem.
Crushing
injury in that rotation. Yeah, that's a big one. That's your stopper, and he's not there.
Yeah, the injuries have just been creeping up left and right lately.
Yeah.
Like some decently big names going down too.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to bring this up, Harrison. Has any of your preseason picks changed? So I had Boston and LA in the World Series. So after seeing a 10 to 12 game window of what teams could look like or couldn't look like, are you changing your preseason picks?
Yeah, I think I undersold the Yankees. They're so far above and beyond the best pitching staff in baseball right now. It's not even funny. The young guys have been absolutely lights out. Fried's been absolutely lights out. I know the Yankees haven't played the toughest schedule to get out of the gate, but they've given up like 25 runs in 12 games. It's absurd. And I don't think anybody's going to score off Schlittler like ever again, the way that kid pitches. So yeah. I definitely feel like I undersold the Yankees. I think the Blue Jays with the injuries are in trouble. They don't have a ton of depth. Not that the Yankees have a ton of depth either, but like the Blue Jays can't have guys continue to drop like they have and expect to survive it. And they got to pitch better. Like their pitching's not been good. So I will say that I think the Yankees may be the class of the American League, where I thought the Blue Jays would be. Um, I did not expect much out of the Tigers, and they're proving me right. Thank goodness. But the Guardians are way better than I thought they'd be. Um,
Mhm.
and Delauder's a huge part of that.
Yep, J Rams got some protection finally. Um,
Yep.
but
And
yeah, I'm with.
the friggin' Brewers, man. The friggin' Brewers are good again. And I'm starting to get annoyed by it.
They just play a different brand of baseball than everybody else. They play the game of baseball. That's the only way I can describe the Milwaukee Brewers. They play it how it was meant to be played, right? They don't sit back and wait for the 3-run homer. If it happens, it happens. They have 3 guys out that didn't even play in the Red Sox series, and they were in every single one of those games, except for you
Yep.
could say maybe game 3. They weren't really
They
in. But
they've scored the third most runs in baseball. And this is a team that like lost important offensive pieces.
you don't have Terang, you don't have Yelich, and you don't have Andrew Vaughn, and you're still
Right.
putting up runs on the board.
You
I mean,
traded
yikes.
Caleb Durbin, like you made all these changes and yet you're still good.
Yeah,
And the pitching's also been good.
yeah, that helps. But yeah, you definitely, I'm with you. It's the Yankees for me, completely underselling them, and it wasn't us trying to be biased. It was just like, can the Yankees hang on until the big dogs come back? And the answer is, it's looking that way. And they aren't necessarily out hitting everybody. They are just out pitching everybody. And that was where we thought it was going to be weak. So, we're wrong on that one. They're hanging
Yeah.
in, but we were wrong how they're hanging in.
I mean, offensively, the Yankees are like right in the middle of the pack. Nothing special there. Um, Pitching is so far above and beyond the best in baseball right now that it's kind of laughable.
Yeah.
They're like a run per game better than everybody. It's
Hmm.
nuts.
Yep. Yeah. If the Mariners played some small ball, they'd score some runs. Sitting on the round trippers is killing us. Yeah. 1,000%. Um, Curtis isn't really on the Yankees, even though my Yankees couldn't hit crap the last 2 games. I can go into graphic detail. I've changed my tune on weathers. We can't hit 6 through 9. Yeah. I mean, and like we said, like hitting, they're middle of the road. But if you're going to pitch the lights out like these guys are, and then you're going to get Cole and Rodon back at some point, like those 6 through 9 guys are going to figure it out.
Well, and realistically, like those 6 through 9 guys are better than they've shown. Jazz is one of those guys. And with all the 50-50 talk, and I'm loving watching him struggle. Like he will, when the weather warms up, so will he.
Yeah.
So I think that lineup will be better. But the fact that they've been very mediocre offensively and yet are 8-4 because their pitching staff has been the best in baseball, that to me is when your pitching staff is carrying you like that, you can give the offense time to figure it out. They'll be fine. But if that pitching staff stays like that all year and they only get better as they get healthier, I mean, good luck.
Yeah. Agree. Yeah. Marlins in first, and they look like they're going to hang around. Yeah, again, we said it in the preseason pick. The Marlins are the dangerous team because they have nothing to lose. They're not supposed to be there. And teams like that can be dangerous. So
Well,
yeah,
and
I hope they do hang around.
yeah, they're young and they're not smart enough to realize or experienced to realize they're not supposed to win. I mean,
Right.
it's it is wild.
Yeah. Michael, Brewers have 70 runs scored and are in first. Nats have 71 runs scored and are in last. Make sense.
I mean,
Blowouts. It's blowouts.
well, and it's also the fact that the Nationals have given up 32 more runs than the Brewers in 12 games. That doesn't help.
No.
The Nationals have scored 71 runs and they're a -7 differential. The Brewers have scored 70 runs and they're a +24. That's
Yeah,
the difference.
that's
When
the
you can't,
difference.
it's like we've said about many of these teams. Like, can you out hit your pitching? Sometimes, but not every night.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's blowouts, right? I mean, you can lose a game and those runs count against you, and then you can win a game 11-1 and get all those runs scored where it doesn't really matter, like it's such a crapshoot. But
Yeah, and
yeah,
the Nationals just there's no pitching there, and it's going to be like this all season. They're going to score runs, but they're going to give up too many.
Yeah. Giants are old enough to realize they're not supposed to win. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've watched the Giants a few times. I still don't know what to think of them.
Their
Um,
offense is putrid. That's all I know.
yeah.
And Raffy Devers looks like trash. I mean, he's hitting 220 with a couple of home runs. He's not really making an impact. The middle of that lineup has got no thump. Um, I just I don't I don't see it. I don't see their offense being able to do much. They're going to have to pitch better.
Yeah. I mean, Susak finally made his first out after 8 consecutive hits, which is absolutely insane. But um, yeah, Patrick Bailey, who crazy. Um, but yeah, I think I'm taking Boston out of my World Series pick. I just don't, unless they can turn it around and find that it factor. I just don't see them rallying all the way back. And I know there's 152 games left. Like, don't get at me. But just looking at this team right now, they don't look like a championship team to me. They don't look hungry enough, if you will. And can we just DH Roman Anthony, for crying out loud? The dude has I said it last night on the other show. Uh, I don't want to say the Y word, but when he's winding up the home plate, man, it's not even close. He either spikes it or airmails it, throws it 20 feet up the line. Like, what is going on with him?
Yeah, I mean, Roman Anthony was never a good defender. Having watched him many times in Double A, I mean, he was there to hit. He was not there to field. Um, and we saw it in his second game at Boston when he whiffed on the ground ball. I mean, he is not a good defender. He's never been a good defender. He will never be a good defender. Um, he is a guy that's going to be either a long-term DH or a guy that will be a mediocre outfielder, um, just because they got to put him out there somewhere. But he can't throw. He has no range. He gets bad reads on balls. I mean, watching him in the outfield is painful. And I will say, I don't think putting him in right field at Fenway Park is doing the kid any favors because right field is huge.
He's been
Um,
playing left the last few though.
yeah, I
He's
saw
been in left.
I saw they flipped him over, which is good because right field's too much ground for him to cover. He's
Yeah.
going to be like Manny. You're going to have to hide him in the short field because he won't he you can limit the damage that way. But
Yeah.
he's not good in the field at all.
Yeah. I don't have an issue with his glove. He just can't throw to a base like any
No.
of them. And not even in the vicinity. Like, not even close. It's wild to me. Absolutely
It's
wild.
yeah, it's frustrating to watch, but man, can the guy command the strike zone and hit?
Yeah. So, all right. We got some out of left field discussion topics. I got a kind of mixed bag for you here tonight. So, hope you guys enjoy this one. So, here we go. Is this the most talented generation ever? Flat out. Is this the
Hmm.
most talented generation ever?
This generation is pretty damn impressive, but I'm going to say no. I think that late 90s, early 2000s generation was better. And I look at it as you had the shortstop monsters, A-Rod, Jeter, and Nomar all came up together. You had guys like Tejada and Chavez in the league. That was peak Pedro. I mean, you had so many good guys in like the kind of that mid to late 90s window that carried into early 2000s. I'm going to say no, this is not the most talented generation ever, but it's close. Like this group is exceptional, but I think we've seen better.
Okay. I'm I'm gonna go against you. I think these kids are at such an elite level for their entire careers. Like, yes, we have seen other people come up right away and have full, long, successful careers. Albert Pujols in your time frame that you mentioned, and I don't disagree with your take. I think that one's incredible. But you just look at the talent around the league. And I'm not even talking about just necessarily the top tier. Look at the impact these rookies have made coming in. Like, that's still part of this generation, right? You have Shohei probably at the top with Judge close behind. You got Scooble, Skeens, and Crochet in there with some other really damn good pitchers. Sanchez. I mean, you can just keep naming them. Hunter Brown, talented, all of them, right? All of these kids that are playing on every team have exceptional skill sets. And I don't think we've seen the league this deep ever. And I'm talking like number one to the last guy on the last roster, talent wise in there, I think is closer than any generation we've ever had. Like we've had some pretty big gaps, even in the 90s and 2000s. Your top tier guys, your Pujols, your Mannies, your all those guys, right? But what are your bottom guys? Mark Bellhorn, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty significant gap. Today's game, that gap is this now with the kids coming up. I think just deeper for me. I think yes, it's the most talented generation.
I mean, fair. And I do think that there's what makes it hard to compare generations is like you look at what these guys have now for tools, training, and technology at their hands
Right.
that these guys in like the 70s, 80s, 90s didn't have. These guys can literally go into the pitching machine and say, you're going to be, Garrett Cole, and it will simulate Garrett Cole's whole repertoire, spin rates, and all that stuff. Um, they never had that stuff. They didn't have the level of video they have now. They didn't have the
Mm.
level of training and tools they have now. They didn't have access to that kind of stuff, which I think does help. But I do believe this generation is supremely talented, but the game is so different
Yep.
that you've got a lot of guys who are very much one dimensional that are now superstars, where
Fair.
you didn't have as much of that back in kind of that late 90s window. Like those, I would say you had far more 4 and 5 tool players then than you have now. Because most of these guys are 2 tools, 3 tools at most.
Yeah. That's a absolutely fair point. They were more well-rounded back then, for sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
and because baseball is different. Like you expected guys to play good defense and throw and run and hit for power. Like you expected them to do everything. Um,
Yep.
and you had a lot of guys that did.
Yeah. Um, Also, 90s and early 2000s was easily cooler. I agree, Greg. Curtis is with you. Just Harrison is right. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, love it.
Jeez.
Um, John says generation entitled. No, they got the science behind them. And I mean, it's a fair point, but it also helps the argument too, if you think about it on the other side. Like, okay, they have it and they're utilizing it. So that also kind of makes them talented that they're able to take that science and apply it on the field. Like, yeah, it's not necessarily fair to compare them to other generations, but if those other generations had that stuff, they would too. But they didn't, and this generation does. So does that give them an edge? I think yes. So that's just how I kind of look at it. But like I totally understand that argument. And Aaron backs it up. Imagine if previous generations had iPads and index cards in their back pockets. Just saying. Yeah,
Well,
totally
I think
agree.
I think the other part that helps at those kind of late 90s, early 2000s groups is how many of those pitchers missed full seasons? None of them.
Yeah,
Like
fair.
all these elbow and shoulder injuries just weren't a thing. Like these guys still had electric stuff and blew guys away, but didn't miss every second season with
Right.
some sort of major arm problem.
Yeah, we
So
won't talk
not
about that. We won't talk about the elephant in the room during that time period, but
well, if anything, steroids was supposed to make you get hurt more frequently, and it didn't,
yeah, fair.
which is
Well,
actually surprising. If there's ever a generation that should have been more injured, it should have been that generation.
yep, another fair point. All right, just
But
take me to the cleaners on this question, Harrison. Just don't hold back. Just take me straight to the cleaners. That's fine.
no. But
Uh,
what I was going to say is, I feel like the game, the expectations of players were so much different back in that time frame. Like you were
yeah,
expected to come up, you were expected to play every day. Or pretty much every day. You were expected to make your 32 to 34 starts a season. You were expected to be out there, and you built your plan around that. Like you pitched accordingly, you played accordingly, you took care of your body accordingly, you rested when you needed to. Um, and now it's a matter of like, I need you to go out there and give me absolutely everything you got as many times as you can. And
yeah,
if it's only half the season, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the expectation of this generation is different. It's we want every ounce you've got, and it's okay if it's only half the time.
And it was really eye-opening when Mark Rogers said that on Sunday to us, because I,
Mm,
I asked him the question, like, what's your take on the velocity versus like pitching? And he goes, these guys are too good now that like
yeah,
I need my pitchers to give. He's like, MLB outs are hard. Like I
they
have
are.
to give my max effort every pitch to get these outs. And if I don't, I'm gonna get rocked. And I'd never really like understood it until someone that's lived it said it. So I mean, yeah, I mean it's just changed. The whole game has changed for sure.
Yeah.
Chad says
It's
I'm gonna
totally different.
Yeah. Chad says, I'm going to say yes, but advances in training and how athletes take care of their bodies are part of it. I wonder what guys like Ted Williams and Mickey Mantle would look like today. And fair point. Yeah. Scott just lists a whole bunch off: Bond, Smoltz, Johnson, Larkin, Palmero, Justice. I mean, yeah, there's so many names in there. Um, but give me the bottom 10% of the 90s and 2000s. What are those names? Ray
Yeah, I mean,
Sanchez, Jeff Fry,
you're
right?
scraping pretty low. I mean, it's which I mean, every generation has that kind of bottom 10%, but I think that the difference is I think the talent level of the bottom 10% with this generation is higher than it was with that generation. But again, like those were baseball players. They were not like robots that were designed to do a certain thing.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of the I feel like a lot of the baseball's been taken out of these guys and they've just been like beaten in certain skills. Like you're gonna do this a lot.
Yeah. God, Harrison missing the obvious reason for less injuries. They were taking vitamins and having a balanced breakfast. Come on, Harrison.
They were eating their Wheaties, right, Greg? I mean, come on. They're eating their Wheaties.
Yeah. And John, you're right. Better equipment, training, pedigree, a lot of throwers and few pitchers. And yeah. Um, and Chad goes, so I changed my answer. Hitting more talented, pitching is not. And
Right, fair.
I think that's fair, right? I mean, these hitters are hitting velocity that has never been seen before. Have we seen the velocity? Yes. Have we seen it every day like this? Hell no.
I mean, everybody
It's
throws 95 plus now.
Yeah. If you throw 95, you're not on a roster.
Yeah, you're considered like Greg Maddux. You're a soft thrower.
Yeah. So crazy. And John says same with the NBA.
Yeah.
More athletes, less basketball players. So
Yeah, that's I
yeah,
think that's what it's become too. Like you're trying to drill into these guys certain skills. Like you want a guy that you don't want a pitcher that has great command. You want more velocity. You're willing to give up command for velocity. You want hitters with more power. You're willing to give up some of that contact for the power. You want guys that get on base. You're willing to give up. You're willing to have a better eye and take and accept more swing and miss. It's
yeah,
just the game has changed, and because of that, what you value in players has changed, and therefore that's what you get on the field.
yeah. Yeah, just thought this would be kind of an interesting question to throw out to lead us off. But
It is, and I
um,
there was a comment back here in chat. I'm not sure if we missed it or if I missed it, but yeah, Michael, like you had the 50s and 60s were one of the maybe greatest generation of baseball players ever in terms of the product on the field, the quality of the players, but also the stats, but also just like the way the game was played. Like you almost
yeah,
have to go back to the 50s and 60s to get back to like true baseball when it
yeah,
was as it was supposed to be. Guys that went deep into games, you know, hitters that hit for based on the situation, not based on the stat sheet. Like, and you had guys that put up grotesque numbers in that window of time.
yeah. Well, we'll have to have Michael on to talk about it because he was 40, I think, in the 50s and 60s. So
Yeah,
he'd have more of a
yeah, he was like
idea of one of those plays.
middle age back then. So
Yeah,
old man
definitely,
Michael.
definitely. So pretty cool. All right, next question. You
Oh,
guys get to build.
hang on.
Oh,
This
go
is an
ahead.
interesting point that Chad makes. We live in the internet age, so it's easier to see players know how good a guy is or not.
Very fair point, Chad. Very fair.
That
We
is
have
fair because there's
more access to everybody in the league now than ever before.
I mean,
Great point.
so many of those guys in the 90s and 2000s we barely saw because they were on the West Coast and there
Yeah.
was no way to see them. Now we can see anybody anytime.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree. Fantastic point. And this is the other thing, right? Scott is more
Yeah.
concentrated I forget. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but these guys are playing baseball year round, right? They're only focusing on the one sport. So
Yep.
Scott says so many of these guys play baseball year round from the time they're 6 years old these days. Don't think guys coming up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s were doing that. 1,000% they weren't.
Have you seen some of the video clips of these like 9-year-olds playing travel ball? They've got the Bruce Bolt gloves and the necklaces and the
Yeah.
crazy colored everything. Like, they've the flipped glasses, and it's like, dude, you're 9.
Yeah.
You just used that $500 bat to hit the ball 12 feet. And you're wearing $250 worth of swag. It blows me away what it's come to.
Curtis goes, you can have your throwers and sluggers, but I prefer pitchers and batters. And John Carter goes, I love this. Did we just become best friends? Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Oh man.
Yeah. And yeah, all valid points, fellas, in the chat. I mean, yeah, it's just a different age. That's all it is. But
I shouldn't open this can with the 9-year-old travel ball players.
yeah.
John, look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah.
Scott are the 9-year-olds playing poker in the back of the bus.
I wouldn't put it past them.
They probably are. Oh, Curtis accepted your proposal to be best friends. Good news for you, John.
Love it.
You guys, we just officially saw best friends on the show.
Perfect. All right. This is just kind of a fun one. I want you guys to build your own current player. So build the best player. I went Scooble left arm. I kind of went, middle, obvious picks here. I went left arm Scooble, right arm Skeens, swing Bobby Witt Jr. Give me Judge's power. I'll take Corbin Carroll's speed any day of the week. And then I took Soto's head for his strike zone knowledge and his eyes.
I like it.
So, yeah. So you get to build your own current player. Who are you taking? Kind of hard to do on the spot, but who are you going to take?
Well, we'll just go with it. So left arm, I'm taking Crochet. Right arm, give me Mason Miller.
Ooh, great one.
Swing. Ooh. I'll take Trout Swing still. I love Trout Swing. I always have loved Trout Swing.
Have you seen the side by side with Witt and Trout swing? Their swing path?
Yeah, they're so close.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I like Bobby Witt Jr. so much too, is because he does have that super short compact swing. It's also why I love Barry Bonds swing. Like there was no wasted motion. It was just straight to the ball.
Yep.
So swing, give me Trout. Power, I mean, it's hard to go against Judge here, but
Hunter Goodman. Let's go. Say it. Hunter Goodman.
You just want me to pick a Rocky. Power.
Eyes Angel Hernandez.
Oh, geez. That's rough. Power, give me Schwarber. I mean, I love a good Schwarber. I love a good Schwarber bomb. Speed, boy. Give me Chandler Simpson down there in Tampa Bay. I've never seen somebody run so fast in my life.
I had him on here, but I had to represent my D-back, so I went with Carroll there. But Simpson was plus one. Yeah.
And then head eyes, I already took Schwarber, so give me Roman Anthony. I love Roman Anthony's plate discipline and knowledge of the strike zone.
Love that one. So it's great. All right, John Carter has got good one. He's got Crochet on the left side, Johan Duran from the right side. No Twins bias there.
No, none.
Luis Arise for the swing. Kim and narrow power. Love that.
I should have considered him.
That's a good one. Chandler Simpson for speed and eyes for Trout. Chad wants O'Neill Cruz power. He's got some light tower power too. He
does. Just don't take his contact with it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I broke them up into two, because there's some guys that have
or his outfield defense.
Yeah. No.
One guy that you could probably put into a couple of these categories too is Ellie De La Cruz. Speed.
His right
arm. He's got a lot of those things going for him.
Yeah. Who would you do for left arm and right arm non-pitchers?
Ooh. Oh, that's a tough one, because we got a bunch of outfielders with just cannons.
Kevin Kiermaier can still throw 110, right? I know he's not active.
Oh my goodness, yeah. trying to think. Who would I take? I mean, it's hard not to take Ellie's arm because
Yeah.
dude just throws absolute rockets.
A
Um,
left a left-handed one is tough though.
I know. I can think of so many good right-handed arms, Acuna, but I need a
Yeah.
lefty.
Still, that play that Acuna made last year, planting on that foot and pivoting, and throwing him out at
Oh
third
my
was
goodness.
insane.
It reminded
Uh,
me of the of um Cespedes throw.
yeah. Willie Abreu's a good one, Mike, and
Oh yeah.
Abreu's unique because he doesn't have necessarily the best arm in the league, but it is goddamn accurate, man. His every throw he has is chest high at the base. I don't see
Yeah.
many of his throws offline at all, so that's a great one.
Yeah. I mean
Julio has a cannon.
Colton Cowser has a cannon, but he's not as accurate as some of these other guys.
Yeah, yeah, Julio's a good one. Um, a mix of some Yankees for me as far as position players. Good arms. I mean, Judge's arm when it's healthy is pretty damn good.
It is. It
Um,
is, and it's kind of like an easy throw too. Like he gets a lot of leverage.
yeah, his throw always throws me off because it looks like he's not throwing it hard, and then it just
Yep.
comes out and it's just a clothesline, dude.
Yeah,
It's
it looks like
crazy.
he's just like tossing it, and it's just like.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, obviously this would be different if we had of all time. Maybe we'll throw that in later on. That gives us a wider variety. But thought it'd be kind of cool to just build our own current player right now. But pretty fun.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the next one. And this is an interesting one.
Mm.
After Otani and Judge retire, who is the new face of the MLB, or are they not in the league yet?
Oh, John Carter, good point. Matt Wallner's arm is really good. So new face of the league. I think
Or
your
are they
new.
not in the league?
I think they're in the league. I think it's going to be this wave of young guys that just started. It's going to be. It's going to be Griffin. It's going to be Emerson. It's going to be maybe Bobby Witt's at the front end of that. I think this group of young guys getting the big extensions, Roman Anthony, it's going to be somebody in this group of guys we've seen just sign these big contracts. Because you look at Judge and Otani, they're going to be exiting the league when that wave of guys kind of hit their prime. And I think you're going to see the baton passed, but it's going to be somebody in that group that's in that kind of recently signed big contract category.
Yeah. Curtis says not there yet. Michael says not in the league yet. John Temple says Witt. Chad says Witt. John Carter's got Caglianone, Kurtz, Griffin, and Anthony. We got Witt, Anthony, Kurtz, and Skeens from Mike Reed, and John Carter says Witt too. Yeah, I'm with you, Harrison, but I think Otani's here for another 8 or 9 years. Judge has probably got what, 6, we'll say 7. How old is Judge? He's 33, right?
Oh yeah, it also depends on how long these guys actually stick around.
Yeah, so I'm saying on average, let's say they're still in the league for 8 more years. Bobby Witt's going to be almost more than halfway done his extension.
Yeah,
I think it's
Shohei turns 32 during the middle of the summer. He
okay.
signed through 33, so that's what 7 more years on top. So he'll be 39 when this contract ends. Does he stay after that? I don't know.
Okay, so then Bobby Witt is now 34, 35 at that point. Are you going to be the face of the MLB at 35? Maybe. Or is there somebody else behind him? Skeens, when he moves on from Pittsburgh, is a great one.
Yeah, because Bobby Witt right now he turns 26. If Shohei's here for another 7 or 8 years, yeah, you'd have Bobby Witt kind of coming out of his prime. So then you'd be looking at a guy like Griffin who would be like right in his prime, or it could be somebody who's not here yet. But I think the other part of it too is as Judge and Otani begin to get into the late 30s and they begin to fade, other guys are going to rise up and take their spots before they're gone.
That's
I
fair.
do think Otani, because of the popularity, the global popularity, is a tough guy to dethrone. But as this performance begins to fade, other guys are going to step up and take some of that spotlight. So I feel like, you may not have to wait until he's retired for that baton to be passed. Um, Otani might be different because of the global pull, but I don't think we're quite that far away from seeing the face of MLB begin to shift.
Yeah, face of the league has to be a position player, in my opinion, Aaron says. I
Agreed.
don't
They got to play. They got to play every day. It's hard to get jacked up for pitchers because you only see them 30 times a year.
I mean, that's fair, but you don't think in the mid 2010s that Verlander and Kershaw were the face of baseball? I would argue they were.
No,
Who was?
I would argue they're
Harper?
great.
But
I mean,
you don't
in
think
that
they were the
time frame,
face of baseball? Trout?
no,
Trout was
no,
the
because I mean,
face.
I'd be willing to bet that a lot of average fans don't know who Clayton Kershaw is. Um, Verlander might
So
have
would
had more
you
pull because he was in Detroit for a little while in Houston, so he was not kind of hiding on the West Coast. Um,
so
but
would you
I
say
think
Mike Trout was the dominating or the
Trout was
face of MLB in
absolutely the
that?
Trout was absolutely the most dominant guy in the league at that
Okay,
time.
that's fair.
But
So
I
yeah,
think it's
I'll get
hard for
behind that.
pitchers to get that level of recognition because they just don't. You only see them 30 some odd times a year, assuming they pitch every time. So
Yeah.
I get it, Michael. 15 times a year because of the annual Tommy John, but
Right.
I mean, like, your most reliable pitchers. I mean, like, go back into the 90s and 2000s. Like, think of all the pitchers. Randy Johnson and Pedro Martinez. Those guys were never the face of the league, as good as they were. There was always position players that kind of took those seats because they play every day. So, like, anytime you put the game on, like, you could expect to see certain guys. With pitchers, it's like, oh, is he pitching? Is he not? I don't know. What night is it? Where are they in the rotation? Like, it's. I feel like it's hard for a pitcher to carry that torch.
Yeah, that's fair. Like absolutely.
Doesn't mean they can't be. I mean, there are pitchers that change the game, and maybe Skeens will be that guy. But I just, it's hard. It's hard to get excited for a guy who you see every five nights.
I mean, unless you're Yamamoto in the World Series and you pitch all 7 games.
Yeah, then you just pitch all the time and
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I'm with the chat. I think Bobby Witt was the overwhelming kind of pick there, and I don't disagree with that at all. Um, I just look at the covers of MLB The Show, almost all hitters. That's a great point, John.
John, I love the
Um,
fact that the cover of the baseball video game is the barometer, but it's a fair one because you're trying to put the most promotable guy on the cover,
yeah,
and they're always hitters.
yeah. And Josh, this is a great point. Don't forget that West Coast doesn't get as much coverage, minus Shohei, because of the time delay
Yep.
separating half the country, and that's a fair point.
Yeah, always been the
Um,
case.
And that's why
I mean,
even though Mike Trout was the face of baseball, you never saw him really.
yeah, I mean, if you had Mike Trout's prime, in the MLB TV era, it might be different. He might be more recognizable
Hmm.
because you'd have better coverage to watch him. But we've only had this, like, what I would consider to be like easy access to national coverage for what, less than 10 years. I mean, this is
Yeah,
still relatively
maybe.
new.
Hmm.
This whole concept of being able to, like, go on MLB TV and watch pretty much any game, unless you live in Iowa, um, anytime you want. Like, we didn't have that when we were growing up. We saw our local team, and then ESPN, Wednesday night and Sunday night baseball. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah. And Josh, this is the other part of it, right? Is Mike Trout didn't want to be promotable. He wanted
No,
to live that quiet life. And he was, adamant about that. But yeah, I think I'm with you guys. I'm going to say it's Bobby Witt Jr. Um, and I don't know. Does Soto take the torch?
I don't think Soto's likable enough. I don't think the average fan likes Juan Soto. I think that they appreciate what he does, but he's not likable. His personality is not likable.
I mean, that's a fair point. So I don't know. We'll see. Just thought that would be an
It's
interesting one
it's
to
the
throw
same
out.
reason that Jeter always overtook A-Rod. A-Rod was a dink and Jeter was likable.
Yeah.
I mean, A-Rod was arguably the better player, but Jeter won every debate because
Yeah.
he was more likable.
Yeah. Yeah. Soto is a villain. Yeah.
He is, and he's just not a likable personality.
Aaron, you're not wrong here. Trout was/is more into his Eagles. You're
You're not
not
wrong.
wrong. And for some of us, we didn't even have a radio to hear the games. I had to ride my horse to a game. And John's with you on Soto Harrison. So
yeah,
good point.
that sounds about right, Michael.
Yep.
You know, you had to get your updates via Pony Express.
Yep. Love it. All right.
Did you get telegrams? Did you have like somebody telegraph you the results so you can get the scores at the end of the night?
1,000%. All right. And the last one I got for tonight. Which MLB opinion on any topic will you defend forever, no matter what? And for me, I'll start it off. It's Bud Selig is in the hall. Steroid guys need to be in the hall. I will die on that hill. That is the one opinion that no one can talk me off a ledge on. That is the one that I am concrete. I don't care what you have to say. Steroids was bad. Bud Selig knew what was going on. He's in the hall. These guys need to be in the hall too. That's my hill that I'm dying on. What's your hill, Harrison?
I mean, I got a few that I would die on. Obviously, I agree with you wholeheartedly on this one. I'm going to take this other one. And to me, the Houston Astros trash can scandal is the worst moment in baseball history. It's worse than the Black Sox. It's worse than steroids. That was a kind of a deep-seated, very much planned way to steal games, change the outcome of games, and win. That came at a massive cost. And I fully believe that Cora and Hint should have been banned for life because they were altering the outcome of games and they knew it. And to me, that is one of the worst moments in baseball history that MLB chose to sweep under the rug and try to downplay. And that's the hill that I'll die on. That group should have been stripped of the wins, stripped of the titles, and they should have banned Cora and Hinch for life.
Dude, let's just put our hills next to each other because I'm with you on that one. I'll defend that one as well.
Yep.
I'm absolutely with you. We got a couple great ones in the chat here. Greg says home plate collisions were sick as and should still be in the game.
Even in all-star games, they were awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you always did look forward to a play at the plate. You're like, oh, here we go. And then it's like, oh, he slid. Oh man, what a letdown.
I know.
You're like, that's a great one. I love that one, Greg. Joshua said steroids saved the game, then the league hung them out to dry. Yeah, 1,000%. I'm with you.
Who was the catcher? Was it Buck Martinez that got hit at home plate, broke his leg, and then like continued to play to tag the next guy out too?
Probably.
It was a Blue Jays catcher. I feel like it was Buck Martinez, but and then eventually like ended his career because of it.
Yeah, wild.
But he got hit at home plate, got bent backwards, broke his leg, got that guy out, and then stayed there to get the next guy out. Well, he's like spinning with a broken leg. Crazy. It was nuts.
Yeah. Chad's with us on both of our hills. He just put it into one comment. Steroid guys get in when MLB turned a blind eye on the Astros. So we got another guy defending our hill. I love it. Both of our hills. Michael says Maddox was better in the 90s than Pedro, Johnson, and Clemens.
Oh, wow. That's a Braves homer if I ever saw one. That's a great take, Michael.
That's a pretty small hill, but yeah. No, I'm just kidding, Michael. I mean, you could make arguments.
I mean, when you look at the raw stats and what he did in terms of wins and it's
wild.
I mean, it's kind of hard to argue that he wasn't the best of the bunch, but he wasn't the most exciting of the bunch, that's for sure. And Joshua, yes, Maddox's strike zone was about 92 feet wide. That guy got the corner of home plate from the ballpark down the street. I love watching some of the old highlights of like the 90s games when, I remember Levon Hernandez getting strike 3 called in the friggin' other batter's box. And you're like, where was ABS back then? Where's my little box on the screen so I could scream?
He got the ABS box wrong. It was the right-handed batter's box he was going
right. Yeah, wrong box.
John Carter, this is an interesting one. Extra inning runner is a joke.
I'm with you. That one I agree. I'm fine bringing it in. Bring it like in the 12th, but let them play a couple of innings straight up and like play real baseball.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, Pete Rose should be in the Hall, Scott. I think
Yep,
Harrison and I are on that train as well, for sure.
100%. I'll die
Yeah,
on that hill. And
yeah,
if you read Pete Rose's book, My Prison Without Bars, it's an incredible read. And
yeah,
he gets into a lot of what happened, but also like just the way it all played out. It's a wild story.
yeah. Mike Reed says, I think MLB knows multiple teams were doing some of the same crap as the Astros, just not up to that level.
With the iPads and the Red Sox with the Apple Watches, and then
Yeah,
they
there's a
busted somebody else with a camera in center field. I don't know, there's all kinds of crap.
yeah, but yeah. Joshua says there's way more to the Shohei and gambling than MLB wanted to look into. And Aaron backs that up.
Yep.
Otani 1,000,000% knew about gambling. End of story. And
Yep.
you can put that hill next to Harrison and I's. We are with you 1,000%, Aaron. John Carter says, yeah, that was Buck Martinez.
Okay, I thought so. That was amazing. It was an amazing play,
Yeah.
but it ended his career.
Ooh, highlights. This is a great one. And we've talked about this a lot. I believe what is happening right now regarding deferring
Oh,
salaries is single-handedly killing the game. And
amen.
we're not even talking just Dodgers because other teams are starting to do it too. The Red Sox deferred some money this offseason.
Yep.
There's a lot of teams doing that. I hope that is a loophole that gets closed in the CBA. I
It
really do.
has to. You can't fix the problems if you don't fix that.
Yeah. Putting a hard cap on it does nothing if you don't fix the deferred money. Does
Yeah,
nothing.
it's silly. It's silly.
Yeah.
Now it just becomes it's just a different game.
Yeah. Um, let's see. What are some
Yeah,
other
where we
good
leave
ones?
off.
Pedro had the best peak, but Maddox had the better career. Okay.
That's okay. I'm hard to argue with that.
Rose gets in after Joe Jackson.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I mean, you look at Joe Jackson's stats, and they say that his IQ was a little higher than mine, which you know how low mine is. They say that he got kind of coerced into that, but you look at his World Series stats, you can't tell me that guy threw the World Series. Like, dude hit
No,
400.
and he was adamant. He never took any money for it. He never accepted it. Like he played his ass off and still
Yeah,
got absolutely roasted for it.
yeah. I hate the Ghost Runner. If you don't use it in the playoffs, and don't use it at all. Now, I'm kind of okay with the Ghost Runner in the regular season. It's the same way with the NHL hockey shootout, right? In the regular season, they use the shootout so these guys aren't playing 7 overtimes. Like
Yep.
when an MLB regular season game gets to the 18th inning and these guys need to get on a flight the next day, like to get cross country,
Yeah.
I think it was just something that they had to do for players' safety, players' wellness, and just for scheduling, right? Because not only do you play 18 innings in that game, you're absolutely roasted for the next game that you're trying to play. It's like zombies out there. So I'm okay with it, but I get the hatred for it. It is gimmicky. I get it. And Ed's with you, Harrison. Wait till the 12th, then give me the runner. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
really
I'm
am.
I'm fine. Let these guys play a couple innings of straight up baseball, and if they can't win it at that point, now bring the runner in to avoid this thing going 18 innings.
Yep.
Because so many of these games now end in the 10th inning on a dying Quail base hit that scores that guy from second base, and the game's over, and it's like, okay, cool. Um, we didn't actually get the runner there, but we get credit for it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with using it to shorten games, but I'd love to see a couple of innings where like let them try to settle it playing real baseball.
Yeah. Might as well have the swing off at that point.
I mean, hell yeah,
Um,
why not? That'd at least
yeah.
be really entertaining.
So Greg's with us with the Otani. Was the one gambling thing, and the MLB
100%.
covered it up. Yeah, we're all with you there.
No doubt.
Um, man, I can't keep up with these comments right now. You guys are throwing in some great ones.
Yeah.
Um, Curtis with a great one. Owners have willfully lied on their books for years and centuries. No transparency. The thing with that, we will never know. None of us will ever know. But Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
But
that's a hard one because I don't know that they're actually cooking the books. I mean, the one good barometer is the Atlanta Braves. They're publicly traded. Their financials are available for anybody to see. If you want the real story, the Atlanta Braves do not make money on baseball. They haven't in a long time. Like that's a pretty
John
good indicator.
John Dowd, good to see you, buddy. I had to think about who Joe Jackson was for like a minute. I was stuck on Jackson 5, Joe Jackson, for the first half minute. Love it. And John, this is a fair point. Like I understand this argument, right? Players are compensated to deal with an 18 inning game, right? I can't listen to that argument. And that's fair. That's fair. These guys are highly compensated for what they do, right? So yeah, I get it. Um, I'd argue that Doc Gooden had the best first 5 years of any pitcher ever.
I mean, he was pretty damn good.
Yeah, he was all right.
He was
Yeah,
really, really good.
he was all
Did
right.
I just drop off?
A little bit,
That was
but
weird.
yeah, it's all right. You're back. It's all good. All right. It is on to trivia, and buckle up because I got 30 of them for you tonight. And it is
Oh
all
Lord.
300 average plus 30 home runs plus 100 RBI seasons trivia by team. I put all 30 in. Actually, there's 29 because I left out the Dodgers. You're welcome. Because the answer is Shohei Ohtani. So
Eh,
that was it
We
was
we deferred that one, Nick. It's fine.
yeah, we deferred it for sure. Um, so I did all 30 because I think these ones are fairly easy. I think you guys can rapid fire through these. So that's why I did 30 of them. So here we go. Who is the most recent Arizona Diamondbacks player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run, and 100 plus RBI season, accomplishing it in 2015?
Should I give Chad a minute? I think I might know this one.
Yeah, give chat. Give chat a minute. Give chat a minute.
Chat. Yeah, not just Chad. You can all
Chat.
answer.
Ooh, this is a good one, Greg. He'll throw another one. Parks like the Trop that are just weird, add flavor and should be preserved, and more unique additions should be incentivized. Interesting.
Hmm.
It is Paul Goldschmidt. Nice job, John Dowd and Michael. JD Martinez is a great guess, Mike Reed, but it is Goldie. Yes, Paul Goldschmidt. Justin Upton, great guess, John Carter. But yes, he is a Yankee now. Paul Goldschmidt. All right. Who is the most recent Atlanta Braves player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run season, and 100 plus RBI season for the Atlanta Braves?
Is that a lefty?
It is not a lefty.
Okay, 'cause it's not who I was thinking of.
Josh, great guess. It is not Ronald Acuna.
I say Acuna's the first name I thought of, but that's not his. Oh, I know who that is. Said it's not his stance because of the knee knocking, but now I know who it is when I said that.
It is, and it's not Freddie.
He's a Pittsburgh Pirate now, right?
Yes, sir, he is. No, not Acuna, not Freddie.
Yeah,
All right.
the stance
There
threw
it
me for a
is.
second. There it is.
Mike Reed got it. Marcelo Zuna, 2024, accomplished it. So, yes, good. Mike Reed got it. Nice. Who was the most recent Baltimore Orioles player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home runs, and 100 plus RBI season for the Orioles, doing it in 2008?
330 and 100. That's not Chris Davis, right?
Not Chris Davis. This guy has a franchise hit record. Not Brady Anderson. Great guess. Highlights. Not Brady.
Yeah, I think it's too late to be Brady, right?
Not Brian Roberts.
Yeah, see all the names I thought of, I'm like, I think it's too late for these guys. Ooh,
Not Nick
Markakis
Mark.
is a great guess.
It's not Markakis. Not Adam Jones. Like I said, this guy has a franchise hit record, but for a different franchise. It's a single season hit record.
Oh, I know who it is.
It
Chad's
is.
got it.
Yeah, Chad's got it. It is Aubrey Huff. Nice job.
Yep.
Yeah, Aubrey Huff, 2008, 330 and 100. All right. 3 players are tied for the most recent Red Sox players to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home runs, and 100 plus RBI season. JD Martinez, Rafael Devers, and who in 2019? Might have signed one of the worst contracts in baseball history.
Brutal. He got a nice warm reception when he came back, though. That was nice to see.
He did. That was kind of cool.
Red Sox fans, as terrible as they can be, do appreciate guys that meant something.
Not Betts, Ed. He was already LA Doyer. Yep. Betts is a good guess, but he was already gone. It is Xander. Nice job, Mike Reed. Xander Bogarts. There we go.
Give it to
Here. Yep. Bogarts coming in the chat. All right.
Bogey.
Who is the most recent Chicago Cubs player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home runs, and 100 plus RBI season, doing it in 2009?
Oh, I would have thought it would have happened sooner than that. Like I was thinking Chris Bryant, like those guys, some of those guys had massive seasons.
Yeah.
It's the 300 batting average. It catches a lot of guys.
Yes. It is Derek Lee. Nice job, Joshua.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Yep.
Totally
Derek Lee. Nice work. Who is the most recent Chicago White Sox player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run, and 100 plus RBI season for the White Sox, doing it in 2017?
Is this Frazier?
Not Frazier.
$2017. Oh, I know who it is.
Former MVP with a massive fall off.
Yeah, horrendous. 2020 MVP, right?
Yes, sir.
The season that doesn't count.
The season that doesn't count. Yes, it is Jose Abreu is correct. Jose Abreu. And man, his fall off when he went to the Astros was just I have no words for it. I don't think I've seen a fall off like that in quite some time.
It was brutal to watch.
I mean,
he forgot how to play baseball.
The dude was a beast. Yes, Chris Davis, I think, is the most epic fall off we've ever seen in MLB history, but this one is not much better.
I feel like Chris Davis's wasn't a surprise, but Abreu's was.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Chris Davis was like showing signs he had holes in his game, where Abreu was like just rock solid and then just off a cliff.
And this might be a good question, John Carter. Was he another Cuban that was secretly older than he stated?
That was always my theory on him, was that he was probably several years older than we thought.
Yeah, possibly. Crazy.
That's like Albert Pujols. How old's Albert Pujols really? Don't think we'll ever know.
He stopped playing. He looks like he's 66 and a grandpa for 10 years.
He does. He aged fast for a guy who was like barely 40.
Yeah, he looks like he should be sitting in his rocking chair yelling at kids to get off his lawn.
And maybe he does. Maybe that's how he spends his free time.
Fair. I'll just, I'll coach the WBC every 3 years, and then I'll just sit on my porch.
I mean, if he had gone to manage the Padres, that's what he would have done all day.
Fair. All right. Who is the most recent Cincinnati Reds? Wow, that's a nice typo right there. Forget that one. Who is the most recent Cincinnati Red Sox player? I'll read that. Who is the most recent Cincinnati Reds player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run, and 100 plus RBI season, accomplishing this in 2021?
That's not Votto.
It's not Votto.
Mike Reed. Votto, right?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, not Joey Votto. I have a clue, but it will give it away. Not the Todd father. It is Castellanos. Nice job, Josh.
Really?
Nick Castellanos.
I mean, I
Yeah.
know he could. I know he was a good hitter, but like, wow.
Yeah, there we go. They're coming in. Ed got it. Scott got it. Nice job. Yep. Yeah, I completely just didn't take off socks from the question before. So sorry about that, fellas. Obviously, I know it's not the Red Sox, but whatever. Anyways, nice job. Chad got it as well. All right. Who is the most recent Cleveland Indians / Guardians player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run, and 100 plus RBI season in 2006?
Oh, the syllables always get me. It's like, is he right-handed, left-handed? I can't always tell.
I know some of them are really tricky. Even when I put them on, I'm like, man, who was that? I just did the silhouette and I can't even tell who it is. Yes, it is Travis Hafner. Nice job, John Carter. Travis
Wrong.
Hafner. Yep. Nice job. Yeah, Tomy's a good guess, Aaron. But
Yeah,
Hafner was a beast. So
he
yeah,
was
you
a
guys
beast.
got that. Yeah.
And never an all-star, right? Wasn't that the stat we came up with? Never an
Yep.
all-star.
Never an all-star. Yeah.
Shocking.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Brutal. All right. Who is the most recent Colorado Rockies player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home runs, and 100 plus RBI in a season in 2019?
Is that Tulo or Story?
Not Tulo or Story. Not Charlie Blackmon.
Yeah, Blackman never had the average, right?
I mean, you're missing another massive name from that time frame. It's Arenado.
Oh,
Nice
duh.
job, Michael. Nolan Arenado.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go, Aaron. Nice. Yeah, I mean, he had what, 6 straight seasons of 30 and 100, and
That's
then
right.
you're gonna hit 300 at Coors Field if you're prime Nolan
Yeah, because
Arenado.
Arenado's not a 300 hitter normally,
Yeah,
but in Colorado he was.
Cargo's a great guess, Mike, but
Mhm.
yeah, not him, Nolan Arenado. Okay,
I was even starting to think like, could it be Dexter Fowler? Like, who am I missing?
Yeah. All right, let me finish reading this one before you throw this one at me, bud.
Okay.
Who is the most recent Detroit Tigers player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run, and 100 plus RBI season in 2016?
No idea.
Yeah, this one's a tough one.
This has got to be Bobby Higginson, right?
Yes, it is actually.
Yep, nailed it. Carlos Pena, Placido Polanco,
Brandon Inge.
Victor Martinez,
Yeah, this one's definitely Cabrera, Miggy. That's a layup.
Curtis Granderson.
Yep. I mean, Curtis was a beast for them, but not that.
Yeah, Miggy was a monster. Holy cow.
Yeah, Miggy for sure.
It's a shame how poorly that contract aged.
Yeah. Who is the most recent Houston Astros player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run, and 100 plus RBI season in 2007?
Oh wow, I would have guessed a guy like Springer had done it.
Robert Fick. Robert Fick is such a great name drop, Michael.
Oh man.
Curtis Granderson was the best mud hen ever.
Yeah, Robert Fick was such a dink. Like just a guy that like nobody liked.
Yeah. Not Lance Berkman. Great guesses, Mike and Joshua. Not Berkman.
07.
Chad said Berkman too, not Berkman.
And the killer bees are all phased out by then.
Yes, it is also Lee, but it's
Oh,
Carlos Lee. There
he
it
was
is. John
so good.
Carter got it too. Yep. Carlos Lee. Yes, good one. I just gave myself props for that one. I don't know why, but yes, Carlos Lee. Ed got it too.
Nice job, Nick.
Yeah, thanks. All right. Bobby Witt Jr. achieved this in 2024, but who was the last Kansas City Royals player before Witt Jr. to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run, and 100 plus RBI season in 2000?
Wow, going back a ways.
Yeah.
I would think of guys like Sweeney but Damon.
No,
Too
not
timing's
enough
not
homers.
quite right for
Yeah,
Damon. Yeah.
not Sweeney. Sweeney's a great guess, but not him.
Oh,
Not Beltran. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, not Mike Sweeney. This Jermaine Dye is correct. John Carter, nice job. Jermaine Dye. Yeah, and Ed just got it too, and Chad just got it. Bang bang.
Yeah, he had a monster season.
Yeah, Jermaine Dye. Nice.
And then split the next or I should they get traded the next year, but
Yep. This next one might be one of the tougher ones, if you will.
oh goody.
Who was the most recent Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run season, and 100 plus RBI season, doing this in 2009?
Huh.
So think about that. Mike Trout has never done this
I was just gonna say, how did Trout not do that?
because he hits 40 and 82. He doesn't hit the 100
Oh,
RBI.
yeah, good point. Yeah, I think we looked. He's never driven in 100 runs, right?
If he has, it's like once, and then like his batting average was like 296 or something like that.
Three seasons. He drove in 111, 100, and 104.
Not Vlad.
Wow.
Not Torrey Hunter.
And Trout just missed it. He hit in 2016. He hit 315 with 29 and 100.
Yep.
And then in 2018, he hit 312 with 39 and 79. There's the number.
79 is crazy, man.
It's wild.
I will give you a yes, he did. I will, Ed. I will give you this. It's probably autocorrect, but it is Kendrys Morales. Nice job, guys.
I like Lenders Morales. It sounds like a banker.
Yeah,
like a hard money lender that's like picking up his money with a lead pipe.
Yeah, Kendrys Morales. Yeah, the last Angels player to do it. Pretty crazy.
He was a good hitter. He was a really good hitter.
Switch hitter too. Big guy, switch hitter. Yep. So pretty cool.
And then here's another one. Trout hit 291 with 45 and 104. He could not get all three.
Yeah, couldn't get all three. Well, that's why I was like, when I was doing the filters for this question, I was like, how? I was like,
that
wait,
has
and then
to
I'm
be
looking
wrong.
at and I was like, no, crazy.
All right. Baseball, man.
Who was the most recent Miami Marlins player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run, and 100 plus RBI season, doing this in 2017?
Oh, this is that loaded group with which you had like Romuto, Yelich. He's already been on the list tonight, hasn't he? Yep.
Yeah, nothing whips spell check more than baseball trivia. And it's so funny trying to answer comments. Like if you guys are close in the comments when we put these into reels, I give it to them because I'm like, that's definitely was an autocorrect. But I got who you're trying to say. Not Stanton Michael. It is Marcell Ozuna again. Nice job. Yeah, Marcell Ozuna. So, yep, Josh got it too. Nice. Yep, Marcell Ozuna again.
So much talent come through there in those years.
Yep, and then gone. Benny the Jet Rodriguez. He played for the Dodgers, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he ever played for the Marlins, but
no. Good guess though.
Yep.
He could
All
have done
right.
it.
Yeah. Who was the most recent Milwaukee Brewers player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run, and 100 plus RBI season? Doing this in 2018.
This has to be one of the guys we just talked about, right? That we just mentioned. It's got to be Yelich.
Possibly. Yeah, this one's Christian Yelich. That he was an MVP. That was his MVP year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool on Sunday because Mark Rogers called Giancarlo Stanton Mike Stanton. And it took a second.
That's right, yeah.
It took a second to be like, oh, he doesn't know him as Giancarlo. He knows him as Mike Stanton. He faced him when he was Mike Stanton. But yeah, it's funny. But yeah, Yelich, you guys all got that one. Nice job. That was a layup. Ryan Braun, not a bad guess, but too late for Braun.
I love the fact that
Yeah,
only Giancarlo Stanton could just come into baseball one year and be like, oh, by the way, my name has changed. It's not Mike anymore. It's Giancarlo.
Right. Yeah, and that was that long ago, John Dowd. I know Yelich winning his MVP in 2018. That was him and Mookie Betts were just ridiculous. He hit 2 cycles that year. It was like back-to-back weeks. Yeah, insane for sure. All right. Who was the most recent Minnesota Twins player to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season, doing it in 2019? Now, I remember this was also, I think, the year that the Twins hit a boatload of bombs.
Billion home runs.
Mm-hmm.
It should be Byron Buxton holding this record, but we know he can't play enough games to get any of those.
Yeah, Bellinger was nuts in 18 too. That's right, John Carter.
Yeah. Bellinger was an MVP, what, in 17?
I think so.
Or was it?
Or 9? It might have been 19. One of the year that he had 40-something bombs with the Dodgers. I can't remember. Yes.
19. He was Rookie of the Year in 17.
That's right. Yeah, you guys got it. It is Nelson Cruz for sure. Most home runs in the 2010s, just to let you guys know. Nelson Cruz, most home runs in the 2010s. Pretty awesome.
And played for everybody.
Yep. Who's the most recent New York Mets player to record a 300-plus batting average, a 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season, doing this in 2008?
Is this one as obvious as it seems?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, that's the layup. It's like, oh, wait, it's not actually him after all.
David Wright is correct. Yep, that one's kind of a layup for you guys. John Carter with that ultra speed internet again. Mike Reed, yep, David Wright. Yeah, you guys are all going to get this one. Yeah, this one's a layup. John Dowd got it. Aaron got it. Ed got it. Here we go. Yep, they're all rolling in. I can't even click them fast enough. You guys are all right, right?
You all got it. We get it.
Yeah, we got it. Perfect. All right. Not counting Judge or A-Rod because duh. Who was the most recent player before them to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season, doing this in 2002? It's only fast when I'm paying attention. Fair.
It's too early to be Robbie Cano, right?
Yep, not Robbie Cano.
He was so good.
Mm-hmm. Not Tino.
Say not Bernie.
It is Giambi.
Oh,
it's Jason Giambi. Nice job, Michael. Yeah, I put on the filters for this, and it's literally like Judge, A-Rod, Judge, A-Rod, Giambi, A-Rod, Judge. Like, it's just like crazy. It sounds like crazy. Soriano's a great guess, not Soriano or Sheffield. Those are great guesses. But yeah, Jason Giambi.
Giambi was so good, and yet does not get the credit he deserves for it.
Yep. Guys on a heater. Love it. All right. Who was the most recent player for the Athletics to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season, doing this in 2002?
I feel like this one's obvious, but
it should be.
is it Tejada?
It is Miguel Tejada. Yep. Nice job. You guys got Mike Reed got it. Joshua got it. Also Jermaine Dye. Not a bad guess, John. It wasn't Dye. Chavez. I don't think Chavez ever got 30 bombs in a season. I could be wrong with that, but I don't know if he did. Welcome, Opie. Yeah, not Chavez though. Yeah, Tejada for sure. Nice job, Curtis John.
Yeah,
nice job.
Chavez only broke the 30 home run mark twice.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it wasn't much.
And he had a ton of seasons like 270s, 280s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So never got the three. He never got the 300.
Yep. All right. Who is the most recent player for the Philadelphia Phillies to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season in 2006? The bigger they are, Tejada they fall. Yep, that's another great one.
I feel like this one's obvious, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Mike's got it. Ryan Howard for sure. That one's a layup. Yeah, like I said, some of these are definitely layups, and others are take a little bit. But yeah,
I love the fact that Ryan Howard, for all those stats, is like a 10 WAR player.
Yeah, crazy.
Terrible.
Yeah. Ooh, Abreu's a great guess. Not him though. Yeah.
Cover of the show again.
Yeah.
John, do you like have all the covers on a wall somewhere? Like, how are you referencing these so fast?
He works at GameStop, man. He definitely has them all. He's seen them all. Sure. And I've played it every year of the show since this came out too. So I can probably sit here and name them. But all right.
Yeah, John, that was the only year of his career that Howard hit 300 plus.
Yep.
Did it once.
Yep. Who is the most recent player for the Pittsburgh Pirates to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season, accomplishing this in 2005?
No, Joshua, it wasn't Aaron. You're Aaron Rowan. You're thinking the guy that got 300 stitches. That was Rowan.
Yeah.
2005. This is back in.
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Oh man.
Not Brian Giles. That's a great guess.
Yeah, this is back in the day of like Giles and Kendall and.
It is Jason Bay. Nice job, highlights. Jason Bay is correct. Chad just got it, and Joshua got it. Michael just got it too. Nice job. Kendall's a great guess, Ed, but yeah, Jason Bay. All right, so we got a few more for you here. Who was the most recent player for the San Diego Padres to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season, doing this in 2001?
Padres in 01.
Yes, sir. Klesko, great guess on Ryan Klesko. It's not Klesko, Joshua. Not Giles on this one either, Curtis. Great guess.
Like all the names I'm thinking of, they are gone by then.
Not Chase Headley. That's another great guess, John
that
Carter. Not him.
I was thinking like Greg Vaughn, but he was gone.
Yep, not Klesko, Chad. This guy, it is Phil Nevin, Josh.
Oh,
nice job. Yes.
Good one.
Phil Nevin.
Yep.
Phil Nevin's correct. Chad just got it too. Cam and Itty, great guess, Aaron. But yeah, Phil Nevin. Yeah, you guys all around it. But yeah, Phil Nevin. Okay, this is probably the toughest one we have. Okay, just to preface that. Who is the most recent player for the San Francisco Giants to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season, doing this in 2004?
He also had 300 walks and everything else that goes along with it.
He was 3 for 10 on the year because he got walked 5 million times.
Yeah, this is obviously Jeff Kent, so let's just keep moving.
So it's funny you say that. The top 10 are this guy and Jeff Kent.
Yeah, I figured. Those guys just massive seasons.
The next highest is like 13th on the list, and it's Willie McCovey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, John Dowd. John Dowd is correct. I'll accept John Dowd as an answer.
Mike Reed also guessed John Dowd.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yep. So you guys all got it.
Who is this John Dowd guy they made famous by picking his name to be Barry Bonds?
He was a creator of the video game. So he was an actual name of one of the creators of MVP.
Oh, they just used his name.
Yeah. Uh-huh. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
So I'll say if my name was John Dowd, I'd be pissed that you picked that.
Yeah. All right. Who is the most recent Seattle Mariners player to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season? Doing this in 2001.
It's not Edgar. It's not Buhner. That's not Griffey. So 2001, those guys were all gone.
Mm-hmm. Not A-Rod. It is indeed Brett Boone. Brett Boone is correct. Nice job, John Temple. Mike Reed got it. Chad got it. And Joshua got it. Yeah,
he was a machine.
Brett Boone. Yeah, crazy. All right. Who was the most recent St. Louis Cardinals player to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100 RBI season? Doing this in 2022.
That silhouette is a dead giveaway.
Dead giveaway. Also, his second time on the list.
Yep.
And I believe MVP season here as well. It is Goldschmidt again. Yes, it is Paul Goldschmidt again. Nice job, guys. Ed got it. John got it. Who else got it here? John Dowd got it. Yep. Michael got it. Good job, Josh. There we go. All right. Who was the most recent Tampa Bay Rays player to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season? Doing this in 2003.
Oh, he's already been on the list tonight too.
Not Carlos Pena. Good guess, John Carter.
This is their hits leader, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, not Pena. It is Aubrey Huff again. Nice job, Joshua. It is Aubrey Huff again, believe it or not. Couple great years for Aubrey Huff there with Baltimore and Tampa. Pretty crazy. Yeah.
And then he went to San Francisco for the Giants, and didn't he win a couple World Series there? And he was also good there.
Yep. So yeah, Michael got it. Chad got it. Nice job. So yeah, a little tricky there because I'm with you guys. When I first was putting in the filter, I'm like, it's got to be Carlos Pena here because he was a damn good hitter. I would have thought he would have gotten the 300, but I think he fell short.
For him, it was the average, I bet.
Yep. All right. Who was the most recent Texas Rangers player to record a 300-plus batting average, 30-plus home run, and 100-plus RBI season? Doing this in 2016.
Oh, please be our boy. Please be our boy.
It's not Michael Young.
No, our Boston boy that bailed on us.
Well, yeah. Mike Reed got it. It is Adrian Beltre. Yep, it is Beltre for sure. Love that dude, man. I hate the one and done in Boston.
Awful. He was so good in Boston. It was crazy.
Yeah, just to get paid. Moyer. Yeah, there it is. Jamie Moyer, not Jamie Moyer. But yeah, you guys got it. Mike Adrian Beltre. Nice job. All right, I got two more for you. This one might be the toughest pull. Like it's on in all serious. Here we go. Previous to Vlad Jr. and Jose Bautista, who was the most recent Toronto Blue Jays player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home run, and 100 plus RBI season, doing this in 2009? This might be the biggest pull all night, like all joking aside. Any ideas at all, Harrison?
I mean, yes, but they're not. None of them are right.
Oh God, Forrest killing my butt.
I was thinking, guys like Delgado, Donaldson,
No,
those guys come to mind, but it's not them.
yeah, no.
This is going to be one of those
There it
middle
is.
infielder guys that we forgot about.
It is absolutely Adam Lynn.
Oh yeah,
Nice job, Joshua. Matt Stairs is a great guess. Vernon Wells, Adam Lynn. Yeah, John Carter got it. Curtis got it. Nice job. Aaron Hill, not a bad guess. He had a couple great years up there, but yeah, Adam Lynn for sure. All right, and then the final one I got for you. Who was the most recent Washington Nationals player to record a 300 plus batting average, 30 plus home runs, and 100 plus RBI season, doing this in 2019? And the year is probably a dead giveaway here.
Yep.
One of our favorite guys to talk about on this podcast. Not really.
We talked about him earlier, Mr. J.O.B.
Yeah. Sweet Jesus. Is it Rendon? It is absolutely Anthony Rendon.
He was a monster.
Yeah. 2019 was absolutely insane. Yeah, Anthony Rendon.
He was so good.
Yeah. So Harper was gone before 2019, so it can't be Harper. Soto, I don't know what his stats were in 2019, but maybe he didn't get the RBIs. Let's see.
Yeah, that was only his second year, so
yeah.
He was 282, 34, and 110, so it was the batting average.
It was a batting average. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. So pretty awesome. But that is all I had for trivia tonight. So
those are fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I always love doing the by the team one because it does narrow it down for you guys. And I think it's fun to go team by team sometimes. So I do have something possibly for next week. So can't wait for that one. So we'll see how you guys do on that one. But
nice.
Yeah. So that's all I got for this evening. You got anything to add tonight, Harrison?
No, nothing to add. I mean, we didn't get into it, but there's 8 more City Connect uniforms that have been released. Blech. I think we've all decided we're over City Connects, and I don't really want to talk about City Connects anymore, but they're refreshing them for a number of teams.
Check my Yankees for 02. Let me see. Let's see if I can put it in. Yeah, I'm all set with the City Connects. I don't want to talk about them anymore. Like they just keep coming out. They're pretty much all the same. Like they haven't changed much. They've changed the colors on a few. Right? So it's like they're kind of the same. I don't really care.
What are we checking for 02? Because in 02, Giambi was with the Yankees. He hit 314 with 41 and 122.
Yeah. So that's what I don't know what I'm checking then. It says check your Yankees for 02. Was there another guy that did? There might have been another guy.
Oh, maybe.
Let me see if I can put it in. But
my Twins swept the Tigers and may hold a parade. The Twins are The Twins in early season surprise, they've looked good.
They have.
Oh my goodness, John, the clip of the fat guy at the Trop catching that foul ball with his pants down.
Oh my
That was
God. I
that
sent
was
that.
something.
I sent that to Harrison. I was like, oh God, dude, look at this.
Oh, that was something.
Why can't I
Thank
find
you.
batting average? There we go.
Thank you, Aaron. We appreciate it. Glad you enjoy it.
Yeah. It's always the best when you guys come on.
Yep. City connects that don't connect with the city make no sense. Who calls Wisconsin Wisco?
Yeah,
The
crazy.
city connects are all terrible. Like I don't like any of them really.
Okay, yeah. So Soriano was also correct for 0-2. That's what he's talking about. He had
Oh, they
39
both
home.
did it.
Yeah, they had 39 homers, 300 batting average on the dot, and 102 RBI. So, all right, thanks for catching that, bud. That's my mistake. I should have
So
put both of them.
Giambi had the better numbers, but Soriano also checks the box.
Yeah. So when that one comes around, I'll accept both answers. So,
Yep.
Moon was out for a night game for sure. It was. And it's excuse for MLB jerseys look like men league softball jerseys, and they continue to sell. That's what it all comes down to. It comes down to money, like we always say. They sell.
Yeah, we always talk about with Red Sox fans. They started making those damn pink hats, and then you'd see them everywhere. And you had the pink hats. The Red Sox were good. People would buy pink hats. Every woman in town would be wearing a pink Red Sox hat. It was just like, oh my goodness, that's not even a thing for the Red Sox, but people bought them.
Yeah, my mom's giving you big compliments, guys, and it blows my parents away every time I talk to them. It's like the people that you have on your show, like commenting on the trivia, blows their minds, and it's pretty awesome. The amount of baseball knowledge that attends this show regularly, it's pretty awesome.
There are nights I feel like the dumbest guy here. Like
No doubt.
there are some trivia questions you guys answer. I'm like, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Average
Jeffrey Springs
MLB.
one hit the Yankees today. That was a good one.
Yep.
And didn't even know
Yeah.
it. He had no idea. He had a no hitter going for a big chunk of that game.
When you're in a zone like that, you don't. Like my closest, I had a no hitter going into the 7th inning in Legion Ball, and I had no idea I had a no hitter going until I went back to the bench for my last inning, and no one's sitting near me, and I go, why is no one sitting near me? And I go, oh, I go, oh shit, and then I gave up a leadoff single in the 7th, but
Yeah.
I threw a one hit shutout that day, but. I've worked for Lids for 17 years. I can't tell you the amount of ridiculous hats I've seen. I'm sure you've seen a bunch. But
Terrible. So
yeah.
many bad ones.
But pretty crazy. Yeah, rest in peace, Davey Lopez. Saw that this week. That was a tough one for the baseball world for sure.
Yeah. Red Sox green shirts last month everywhere. Yeah. Nick likes the green ones, so we can't pick on those too much.
I mean, I think they could have done worse with them, but the fact that they actually like do connect to the monster, like it's green monster green, like I don't hate that. The other ones are just kind of off the wall for me, but
yeah, I'm over the whole program. I was over the program like 2 years ago. They just kept going with it.
Yeah, because they just kept getting worse and worse.
I do appreciate the fact that the Yankees are still the only holdouts that haven't done it,
and
they refuse to.
Yep. Like I said, like I don't mind the hats, but like leave the jerseys alone.
Yeah, some of the hats are okay. The jerseys are terrible. Most of the pants are terrible because like they're the black softball pants that go with the jerseys or green like with the Rockies. It was just dumb.
Yeah, but you don't like the green ones, Curtis. The yellow ones, I get the message behind them. Because of the marathon bombing, I mean, it came at the right time, but that connects with the city, right? Like that was such a huge part of Boston history. Like those jerseys actually connected, but how many other cities have like are able to connect like that. I don't know if there's many.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some, obviously, like New York, like we'll bring that up, but like there's ways to connect to the city for sure. But the Yankees should embrace the dark side and do an all black.
That'd be amazing.
Just do reverse pinstripes, do all navy blue with the white pinstripes. Man.
That'd be something.
Yeah. A landmark uni set. Examples would be Arch Base in St. Louis. Yeah, that'd be kind of
Haba
cool.
in Boston.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
They'll be wearing the ugly blue tomorrow night. But the Sunday home Negro League throwbacks of the Steelheads were pretty cool looking.
Those are cool.
Those. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, and Ed, you're right. It's all for the money in their pockets. Not sure baseball is the worst, but they're trying. Yeah.
They're trying, man.
That's all the City Connects are, is just a money grab. That's it. Yep. But Curtis, that's terrible. But yes, you're right.
Wow. Yeah, you're not wrong, though. It's the sad part.
The next Dodger City Connects are going to have Ohtani's face on it. You're not wrong, Flat Cheese. Not wrong.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine?
Chad, the Phillies powder blues with the maroon are they're my favorite uniform, hands down. I agree with you. The maroon looks so good on those baby blues, powder blues, whatever. But
so good.
Yep. All right. Well, you don't have anything else tonight, Harrison?
Nothing else tonight.
All right. I will be traveling home Sunday morning, so hopefully I'll be back in time, barring any setbacks at the airport. I'll be back for Sunday night. And we got some stuff lined up for Sunday. Thanks again for always coming on and being with us for 2 hours every stream. It means so much to us, guys, that the support doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend of baseball. And we will talk all about it on Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good weekend.
See ya.